What's up, everybody? In the video that you're about to watch, I explain a Google AdSense strategy. This is my first video about Google AdSense, something that I've been studying for about 4 months. I haven't done any videos previously, aside from mentioning it on live streams, because it's been really confusing and overwhelming, but I learned a lot. And I really liked this video. I think you're going to enjoy it. Unfortunately, I got banned on Skillshare like 3 days after recording this video. So in the video, I use Skillshare to monetize a Google AdSense campaign. You can replace any other service with Skillshare. In my case, I talk about doing a follow-up video 30 days later after making this video, and that's not going to happen. So I added this little snippet to explain that to you guys so that we're on the same page. Because I think that the video you're about to watch is very informative, and you're going to learn a lot about Google AdSense and how to run successful marketing campaigns. Unfortunately, I won't be able to do the follow-up video because Skillshare banned me, so I won't be able to test the things that I'm talking about in the video. But I'll get to it. See you guys in the video. Ciao!
What's up, everybody? In this video, I'm going to share my strategy for getting some more Skillshare referrals. So, I had an experience where I was getting 6 to 7 Skillshare referrals per day passively. That's 60 to 70 bucks a day. If you can get 20 real Skillshare referrals per day, that is $72,000 per year in basically passive income. And this is not going to be easy, but I know that it's possible. And I'm going to share my strategy. Because basically, the only way that I think you could do this is through advertising. That is all that can be done to get that many referrals, unless you happen to get a viral YouTube video. And while it is true that I have grown my referrals since having that experience I told you about where I had 6 or 7 and then I had to take the video down and then I worked with Skillshare to remake the video, I now understand that I can't rely on videos getting attention organically and virally. And so at first I started trying to advertise the videos that I made for YouTube. But what I learned here is that that really screws up your retention rates and your analytics on your YouTube videos. So what you have to do is have a separate video that is for the ad. That way it doesn't matter if the analytics get messed up, because that is a specific strategy for the video. Okay? It won't affect its growth, because for these videos, all that I'm doing is paid advertising. You can't actually find these videos on YouTube because they're unlisted. Okay? So I have all my existing videos and my existing Skillshare content that I'm doing on YouTube, just like this one, right? Like if this video encourages you to try out Skillshare, or teaching on it, or referring people to it, then you can use the link in my description to get 60 days, and I'll get $10, right? So that is an example of like an organic referral through my regular video content. But that kind of stuff, I can't rely on it scaling, right? Whereas with advertisements, the moment that you identify a successful marketing strategy, aka you are getting more in referral income than you are getting for paying the ads, right? I need to get 1 referral for every $10 I spend, otherwise I'm losing money. But the moment that you can identify a successful advertising strategy, then you can just start pumping money into the advertisements, right? Because that's how you scale it. But you have to start small, otherwise you might lose a bunch of money. And as you can see, if these are my enabled ads, and I'll talk to you guys about this because I know Google AdSense is confusing and there's a lot of information here, but to just give you some perspective, I've been experimenting a lot with Google Ads. And you can see these are all of the video campaigns that I have run. So I've run 29 different campaigns. I've looked at a lot of the analytics and I've gotten more experience with it. And in total, I've spent $509 on Google Ads. Real quick, my first biggest mistake was that I was spending like dollars per day on ads without having any experience, without knowing what I was doing. Okay, and that was a mistake. When you start using Google Ads, you want to be spending pennies per day, not dollars, because that's enough to get you some traffic, which will give you some analytical results. And then you can study these results, and then you can identify successful ads and push them, right? But now that you understand, okay, I got some other stuff going on, I've been experimenting, and I haven't made that much content about Google Ads because I've been so overwhelmed by it and I haven't really had that much success with it, right? Like I said, all that it has done so far is screw up the analytics on some of my existing YouTube videos. But now I understand I shouldn't be using Google Ads to push my organic YouTube content. That should be separate. I should be creating specific videos that sole purpose is to be an ad on YouTube, not an ad or not a video that you find that has interesting content that you feel engaged with and then you follow through with. It needs to be a separate strategy, right? So I'm going to go back to this and explain to you guys exactly what my strategy is now. So before I was thinking, okay, well, you gotta run some campaigns with a really broad net, cast a wide net, and then look at the results, and then push money into the campaigns that are performing well, right? But now I understand that it's not that simple. Advertising is really complicated. And basically, what I have to do is target specific locations to increase the chance of a person seeing my ad multiple times. Because that's basically what's happening. I've been paying a lot of attention to when I watch YouTube videos. And like, for example, there's this guy, Shawn Mendes, who runs YouTube advertising campaigns. I have never once clicked on one of his ads, but I know his name is Shawn Mendes, and I know he does music because the advertising campaigns are super effective, right? And so I've been really inspired by that advertising campaign, and I'm trying to understand how I can get something like that going for myself, right? So basically what I learned from Shawn Mendes is that he has a lot of different ads. And I don't pay attention to the long ads, but he has some ads that are just basically like 8 seconds, and they're like, yo, it's not that, it's like life is hard sometimes, and he just like is motivational, and then he like timestamps it with his name, right? So you at least know who he is. And that is your actual goal. And here is the big takeaway from this video and what I've learned about advertising. Your goal isn't to get people to click on your ad. That's something that you want to happen, and that's how you will get paid for whatever strategy you're using to monetize your ad, but that's not what you should focus on. What you should focus on is getting people to recognize you. The first time somebody sees your ad, they're not going to do anything, even if it's a really effective ad. But if they've seen your ads multiple times before and they've thought about it, they've had some time, they've reflected, they've become more open-minded to maybe engaging with your content. Like me, for example, every time I hear one of Shawn Mendes' ads, I'm like, man, I just want to listen to my music, dude. Like, I don't want to hear your ads in between every frickin' song on YouTube, right? I get irritated. But I know his name. That means his advertising campaign was successful because I know who he is, and I'm talking to you guys about him, right? That advertising campaign is obviously successful, despite the fact that I've never actually clicked on one of the ads. And that has really inspired me. So what I was doing before is I was advertising to a lot of different places, looking at the costs of the advertisements and that kind of thing, and experimenting with advertising overseas because it's much cheaper. Even if you advertise in English in countries where most people don't speak English, enough people will speak English that sometimes you can get those follow-throughs, right? But what I need to do is to get people to increase the chance as much as possible that somebody is going to see my ad multiple times, right? So, because I'm only working with a small budget here, right? Like this whole ad campaign that I just launched is 30 days and it's $5 per day. So that means I'm spending $150 in a month. That means I need to refer 15 people through this process in order for this to break even. Every referral after that, even if it's 16, that means that this is profitable, okay? But one of the really important things here, one of the absolute necessities, is to be able to track where the referrals are coming from. This was my problem, as I mentioned to you guys before with my YouTube content, is that I was just making videos about Skillshare over and over again, and at the peak of the referrals, before I had to take that successful video down, I was having 7 referrals a day, but I had no idea where they were coming from. I had 12 different YouTube videos, and all of them point to the same referral link. So when I go to Skillshare and I look at my referrals, you just see general, 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 general. I have no idea what video led these people to follow through and get my referral on Skillshare. And that information is absolutely necessary, absolutely critical to be able to run successful ad campaigns. And again, getting back to what I was talking about in the beginning, if I want to earn some really good money doing this, I have to be able to track these campaigns so that I can track their effectiveness. This one that I'm doing right now might not work, but I will figure something out as long as I'm able to continuously improve and continuously target the people who are interested in Skillshare. I want my name to be associated with Skillshare. When people hear Jack Pitman, if they know who I am, I want them to immediately think Skillshare. That is exactly what I want and what I need in order to be able to make money off of this income stream, this referral income stream. This is affiliate marketing, guys, just for reference. But for me, it's affiliate marketing with a product I really, really believe in, because I'm not just selling my own courses, right? I'm selling my course and 26,000 other courses about basically anything you want to learn, which is way easier to sell to people than like, hey, check out my course, right? Check out my course and 26,000 other courses sounds way more appealing. So let's talk more about this tracking issue, because as you can see here, I have no idea to know where these referrals are coming from. But a couple days ago, I was scrolling down and I was looking at this, and then I noticed something. If we keep scrolling down, boom, right there. Okay, one of these referrals was to a link to a course instead of a general referral link right here. You can see that this says Getting Started. That's the title of one of my courses, Getting Started as a Skillshare Teacher. So that means that in one of my YouTube videos at some point, instead of using my generic referral link, I used a referral link that points to one specific course. So as far as the student's concerned, it's the exact same. You still get 60 days of Skillshare, except it looks a little bit different when you look at it. Like when you go to a generic Skillshare referral link, like if I go to an incognito window and I need to show you guys how do I do this quickly. If you go to, I can go, oh yeah, it's right here. Okay, so if I go to this link, right, in an incognito tab, this is the generic Skillshare referral link. It's going to show my instructor profile, my courses, and then be like, oh look, you can get 28,000 other courses. I keep saying 26. I'm actually short selling it, right? For 2 months, okay? This is generic Skillshare referral link. And you can actually get other kinds. Like if you're not an instructor, you can still refer people to Skillshare, but you get paid less. You get paid like $5 or $7 instead of 10. But you can still refer people that way, and then you'll just get a different landing page, right? But it turns out that you can actually refer people to a specific course. And again, they're getting the same thing. They're getting 60 days of Skillshare access. They just see your specific course. So if we go to classes I'm teaching, and then I go to this course, for example, and then while I'm on the course page here, I click on share, and then I copy the link. And now if I go to an incognito tab, look what happens. It points to this specific course and shows the introduction to the course. But you still get everything else. You still get 60 days. It just shows a different landing page, which doesn't really matter a whole lot. But what does matter is the tracking. Remember what I was talking about earlier. The big problem is that once I do identify a successful campaign, which is just a matter of time, like maybe it'll take me 4 more months, but at some point I will be able to. Then I can pump money into it and expand it and scale it, right? But if I can't track where the referrals are coming from, I cannot continuously improve the campaigns. So tracking these referrals is critical. I have to be able to isolate my referrals from my advertisements from my referrals from my general YouTube stuff. That is the obstacle I have to overcome if I want to be able to earn money through referring people through Skillshare on a large scale, right? So, this was the moment when I was looking down my referrals and I noticed that you can track it by just offering referrals to different courses that you have. Because I can see that this person, they saw this course, right? That's a different referral link than the generic referral links. So, I've gone through my YouTube content and I got rid of all of the specific referral links and I replaced them with the general referral links. So now, all of my YouTube content, like this video for example, if you click on the link and you go to Skillshare and you make an account or you check out my courses, that's going to show up here as a general referral. Whereas, if you watch one of these ads and you click on it and you go to Skillshare that way, it's going to show up as a course-specific referral. And that's the shining moment. That's the golden nugget that was necessary for me to be able to effectively identify how successful my advertising campaigns are. So that means because I have 5 different Skillshare courses and I'm making more, I can create a unique referral link for every Skillshare course that I have. So this means that I can track the effectiveness of these ads by having each ad correspond to one specific referral link, right? So if this ad right here leads to a referral sign up, then it's going to show up as the Becoming a YouTuber Skillshare course referral, which means that I know this ad is effective or not effective. And that's all that I need because I'm not a guru about marketing. I don't understand it fully, but I'm learning. And that's what's necessary. You have to be able to have feedback about what you are doing in order to continuously improve. There is no way for me to be able to scale up this advertising referral thing if I can't identify where the referrals are coming from. So that was the biggest obstacle. So now let's talk about this specific strategy. I can show you each of these ads. That would probably be a good use of the rest of this video. So the ads are really short, and they're super basic, guys. Super, super basic. We are not talking about complicated stuff here. So 1 second, I have to re-enable the sound and turn off my music so that you guys can see the ads. So these ads are all unlisted videos on YouTube. You could go look at them if you go to the URL, but if you search for the video on YouTube, you won't find it because it doesn't show up in search results, right? So here's basically what we're doing. I have 5 ads, and one of them is different than the others, okay? So for this ad, as soon as it loads, this ad points to my screencast recording course, okay? And it's a super basic ad, like, listen. Have you ever wanted to learn to record screencast video just like this one? Or to do live streaming of video games or other content? This link gets you 60 days access to this course and over 26,000 other courses on Skillshare. What will you learn? That's it, okay? And so let's talk about this for a second because this is a 21-second ad. People can skip the ad after 5 seconds. So that first 5 seconds, ideally you would say your name or do something like that. I'm not applying that in these videos because this is what I'm currently doing. I can get it better in the future. Now I'm testing my ability to track these referrals, okay? But just for reference, the first 5 seconds is unskippable. So ideally you would be like, "What's up, my name's Jack!" So at least the person knows who you are, okay? But in this case, that format is exactly the same for all 4 of these ads. It's each an ad about a specific Skillshare course that teaches one thing in particular. Let's listen to the next one. You're going to notice some patterns here. Do you want to learn how to get your YouTube videos to rank in search results? This Skillshare course teaches you exactly how to do it. And with this link, you'll get 60 days access to every other course on Skillshare. That's over 26,000 different courses. What will you learn? Okay, now let's see the next one. Starting to notice any patterns? Have you ever wanted to be a YouTuber? This Skillshare course teaches you exactly how to do it. And with this link, you'll get over 26,000 other courses for 60 days. What will you learn? Next one. Have you ever wanted to make courses? This course teaches you how to get started making courses on Skillshare. And with this link, you'll also get 60 days access to the platform where you can access over 26,000 other courses. What will you learn? Okay, so let's talk a little bit about this strategy because these ads are super basic, and I can definitely improve them by having something more recognizable in the first 5 seconds. I need people to know who I am, just like Shawn Mendes. I know who he is, but I've never clicked on one of his ads. I need to make my ads in the future that way. But for now, it's okay. That's kind of a little thing. What we're doing here is we're establishing some patterns, right? Say that the person is listening to music and they're not near their computer. They're not going to skip the ad because it's only 18 seconds, right? By the time they get to it to skip it, it's over. You want to keep the ads really short, but you can notice a recurring theme at the end of it. What will you learn? What will you learn? What will you learn? What will you... This is like a catchphrase, basically, that I'm trying to use to establish, like, some recognition between the different ads. And it's what I'm using instead of saying my name. And that's only just because I don't like saying, hey, I'm Jack Pitman. I got to get over that, especially because I run a freaking YouTube channel in my name, right? Obviously, I need to get over that. But I'll deal with that in the future. Now let's talk about this other ad, because one of the things that I'm trying to do here is retain my transparency and my genuineness. So that's why I'm saying in each ad, I'm like, this is what the course is. It's a course, and here's a link, okay? I'm not trying to hide anything. This is a referral, right? I mean, listen to it again. Have you ever wanted to learn to record screencast video just like this one? Or to do live streaming of video games or other content? This link gets you 60 days access to this course and over 26,000 other courses on Skillshare. What will you learn? Right? So I'm trying to make sure that I'm not tricking anybody, or I'm not coming across as tricking anybody. Because what I understand more and more about the world is that most people are very critical and very paranoid, and they think everybody is out to fuck them over and lie to them. That is the reality of humans. And it's detrimental for their progress. Like, in order to improve your life, you have to step out of that mentality and stop being so critical and stop being so cynical. Otherwise, life is fucking miserable, okay? But that being said, the reality is most people are cynical. So if you can come off as even a little bit genuine, that's a chance to make yourself stand out from other people. So that's why in these 4 videos, I'm trying to be very obvious about what I'm doing, right? Okay, hey, this is an advertisement for a course on Skillshare, and there's a link you can click on, okay? Like, I say the word link, I'm like, click on the link. Like, you know, it's obvious that I'm trying to get people to click on the link. I'm not trying to hide that. I'm not saying, like, do you want to earn a whole bunch of money and then an hour later show you blah, 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 right? Not doing that. So that alone isn't enough, though. And so that's why I'm also experimenting with this 5th video, okay? Let's listen to this one. It does not follow the same strategy as these other videos. And ideally, I think there would be one of these non-call to action videos per every call to action video. Because again, remember, we are trying to target people so that one individual sees all of my ads over a span of a week or 2. We don't want them to see the same ad over and over again because that gets a bit redundant and annoying. But if they're seeing different ads, then it increases the retention a little bit and it makes them more likely to recognize me from another ad, right? But then let's listen to this one because this is a different strategy. Don't let somebody else decide what you do with your life. You are the only one who can fix your problems. Our time here is short, so live your life well before you die. Okay, see? I literally say nothing about anything. I'm just trying to get some kind of recognition and some kind of thoughts going in this person's head. I want them to ask themselves, why is he advertising this? What does he want, right? I want them to ask that question because it furthers that relationship with me that I'm trying to develop in these people. And ideally, like I said, I would pay for one of these kinds of videos per every one of these videos. But I don't want to just drop like hundreds of dollars a month here. For reference, guys, my rent is $150. I am doing as much in this advertising campaign as my rent. So I don't want to do more until I've established some level of success with it, right? And again, I can't establish that unless I can track the referrals. And that's why each one of these videos has a different referral link that points to a specific course on Skillshare. Even this one, although I don't expect people to click on this one, but through Google Analytics, look guys, we'll be able to see exactly how people respond to these ads, these four with the same strategy versus this one, okay? So now I've covered how I'm tracking. I've covered that, if you are getting Skillshare referrals, 20 referrals per day is $76,000 a year. Okay? Serious opportunity. Absolutely. As long as you don't get banned on Skillshare, or as long as Skillshare doesn't think you're abusing their referral program. And keep in mind, you can't just lie to them. If you're referring people and the people you refer are not engaging in the platform, Skillshare can see that. I can't see all of the information about where these referrals are coming from or how much content these students are consuming, but Skillshare can. And I assure you, if they are paying you $1,000 a month for getting 100 referrals and not a single one of your referrals is actually consuming any content, you are not going to be allowed to keep doing it, okay? So you have to do it in a way that's authentic, that is actually bringing people to use their platform, not abuse their program. Okay, that's really important. Don't think that you can just create a bot network and then just have a bunch of referrals and then just take money from Skillshare, because that is not a valid strategy in the long run. Maybe it'll work for like a week, but also just because Skillshare is supposed to pay you this, the second they think something's sketchy, it is fully within their rights to cut everything off and not give you any of this pending payment money. This is not your money. Only this is your money. Okay? So we have covered that it is a real opportunity. We have covered my experience with Google Ads. We've covered exactly what my campaign strategy is for 30 days, $1 per day per ad, using a pattern for the first 4 videos and then having an experimental video where I try and get them to question why I even do the ad, right? Because I don't say anything about Skillshare. Literally, there's no call to action. In this video, I'm not trying to get them to do anything. I'm just trying to get them to think, to ask a question. So I guess that's true. That's not true. I'm not trying to send them anywhere. I'm not trying to get them to purchase anything. I'm just trying to get them to ask a question. One specific question. Why did he do this video? What is the purpose of this ad? Because the moment that they detect that this strategy is different, that seems like, why is this person just telling me to live my life effectively? Why are they just giving me advice and encouraging me? That is a moment where I have an opportunity to stand out, okay? One of the reasons I'm doing that is because of previous experience with these campaigns, right? These are 5 campaigns, and as you can see, I just started them now. They haven't been approved yet. It takes 48 hours, and they almost always get approved unless you used a short URL or something. There's no information yet. But remember, I had like 27 other campaigns, 29 other campaigns, right? And one of the things I noticed, okay, so one of the ads I had was this Believe in You project. So for one of these Skillshare courses that I took, I was taking an instructor's course, they make you make like a short little speech, right? And so I made like 3-minute video that's just about believing in yourself, right? So let's go look at that just for reference. Believe in, well, let's spell believe right. That might help. Here we go. This video, okay? So just for kicks, I was advertising this video, right? So we can listen to it real quick.
What's up, guys? My name's Jack.
Okay, so I do establish who I am, but then for the rest of the video,
But there was a big turning point in my
I talk about my life and what changed it and how you can apply what I applied to live a better life. And really, you just need to believe in yourself and chase your dreams and do what you're interested in. There is no referral here. There's no like thing. There's nothing I'm trying to sell people. It's just like comes off as completely genuine, just trying to help people believe in themselves, right? What was quite interesting was actually looking at the data of this ad because it actually got a decent amount of earned views, right? Paying $10 for 14 earned views it's all right. It's not that bad, not that great either though. But what I noticed was this performed better than the other crappy ads that I did, right? And it was quite interesting because it made me think, man, there really is potential for coming across as genuine, right? And it kind of makes sense because that's like why people watch my YouTube channel, because I share everything and I'm super open and super genuine. So it makes sense. Like it really does make sense. I get it. I understand. But anyway, that's it, guys. That's my strategy. I just shared everything with you about how I'm trying to earn money from referring people to Skillshare. And so I'll also benefit because when these people refer and they actually watch these courses, then I get paid for the content that they consume. 5 cents per minute, right? And I have a bunch of courses. So if I'm getting 1,000 minutes a day, let's see, that is, I think that's $50 a day. 1,000 times 0.05 equals, yeah, $50. Okay? So if people are consuming 1,000 minutes of my content per day, that's $50 a day. Okay? And $50 a day times 365, that's like $18,000 a year. Still nowhere near as much as that metric from referring people to Skillshare, but hey, that one's actually probably more doable. For reference, like, okay, at the moment, if we go to my teacher stats, we can see, okay, I only have 3,000 lifetime minutes watched. So that means I've been on Skillshare for like 3.5 months. So I get like basically 1,000 minutes per month, right? So 1,000 minutes per day is 30 times better than I'm currently doing. But considering I started very recently and I don't have any major courses yet, this one's doing way better than the other ones. As you can see, it has 64 students, whereas the other ones have like 13, 5, 7, 16. This one's doing way better. But in order to get way, way, way more, you need more students, right? And if you get shared on Skillshare, that goes a long way. So you can earn money from that process, right? All right, guys, that's everything for now. If you are interested in talking with me, I offer free consultations about Skillshare. If you want to make Skillshare courses or you want to learn more about the platform, click on the Calendly link in this video and you can set up time and I will talk to you completely free. I will encourage you to make courses. I will share with you everything that I know about Skillshare and why I think Skillshare is a good platform to start on, especially for those of you who don't have an audience like I do on YouTube. And for what it's worth, guys, yeah, I do have this YouTube audience, but those 17,000 subscribers, almost all of them are almost exclusively interested in dropshipping content. So I don't actually have as relevant as an audience as you might expect. If I had 17,000 subscribers and it was all from Skillshare content, oh man, I would have a huge edge. But unfortunately, most of my audience is interested in dropshipping, not in making courses. So, esta es la vida, yeah? But if you want other stuff, I also do consultations. If you want to learn about basically anything else, it's $20 per 30 minutes. Or you can do a recorded call where I upload it to YouTube, and then we can talk about literally anything. So Here are your options. If you want to not spend any money, but you want to learn, then you got to let me record the video, unless it's about Skillshare. In that case, I will talk with you privately, and I won't record it, and it will be free. Because, you know, maybe you'll use my Skillshare referral link, and Skillshare will pay me, so you don't have to, right? Makes sense, right? Yeah? Yeah? You with me so far? Cool? But if you're okay paying, then we can talk about whatever you want. You can use me to hold you accountable. You can schedule a call with me in a week and be like, hey, Jack, I'm working on this right now. I need you to ask me how it's going. I need you to remind me. I need you to bother me. You will literally schedule exactly when I will call you, and I will call you at the time that you schedule. Okay? For that kind of stuff, it costs $20 per 30-minute call. And if you want to check out Skillshare, links in the description. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Ciao!